Manchester United suffered one of the most humiliating defeats in recent memory as they crashed out of the Carabao Cup against league-to-side Grimsby Town. After falling to 2-0 behind in the first half due to defensive lapses and another costly error from Onana, United only managed to claw their way back late on through Bryan Mbeumo and Harry Maguire. The game eventually went to a marathon penalty shootout that ended 12-11 in Grimsby's favor, with Mbeumo hitting the decisive miss. Despite dominating possession with close to 70% of the ball and racking up 28 shots compared to Grimsby's 10, United never looked fully in control. Their high defensive line left them wide open to counter-attacks, and the lack of intensity in midfield transitions allowed Grimsby to exploit the gaps far too easily. Onana's misjudgment for the second goal summed up United's fragility. Even when Ruben Amorim brought on big names like Bruno Fernandes and Mbeumo at halftime, the tactical structure barely changed. The late rally felt desperate rather than calculated, and the shootout collapse capped off what many supporters are calling the lowest point of Amorim's short reign. The reaction online has been brutal. On Twitter, fans wrote things like, "We just got humiliated by a league-to-side. Amorim better fix this or pack his bags, and Onana mistake again, I'm tired." On Facebook, some supporters vented by saying, "No excuses. That was the worst I've ever seen United play in a cup game," while others noted Maguire's effort, praising him as one of the few who showed fight. Instagram comments under United's official post were even harsher, with fans demanding, "Delete this post, shameful performance," and openly debating whether Amorim should already be sacked. On YouTube, the live chat and post-match comments followed the same theme. This isn't about penalties, it's about the lack of system, and Grimsby deserved it more. That says everything. And that is where the conversation now firmly turns: Ruben Amorim's future. There is no escaping it. Nights like this cost managers their jobs at Manchester United. Losing to a fourth-tier team is not simply a bad day at the office. It is a symbol of a club drifting without direction. Amorim has spoken publicly in recent weeks about United not being ready to compete in Europe, but supporters are beginning to wonder whether they are even ready to compete domestically under him. When a manager openly admits his team isn't prepared, then suffers one of the most embarrassing cup exits in club history days later, the perception shifts instantly from building project to crisis. Amorim's stubborn tactical approach, his refusal to adapt the high defensive line even against direct, physical opponents, and his slow substitutions have all been placed under the microscope. Critics argue that he is still managing like he's in Portugal, a slower, less intense league, instead of adapting to the unforgiving speed and chaos of English football. The defeat to Grimsby has become a breaking point for many, and the board now faces a difficult decision. Do they back him through the storm, or do they act swiftly before the season unravels completely? What makes his situation even more precarious is the timing. United are entering a brutal run of Premier League fixtures, with pressure already mounting after a shaky start. A few more dropped points could realistically see the season spiral out of control before October. At a club with Manchester United's stature, patience runs out quickly when humiliation becomes a headline. The Glazers and the footballing hierarchy will not want another season of embarrassment, and if Amorim cannot show immediate improvement, he may not last beyond the next international break. For many supporters, the writing already feels like it's on the wall. Some believe Amorim has lost the dressing room. Others think he never had it in the first place. The bottom line is this: his job is hanging by a thread. The Grimsby defeat might not be the official end, but it has created a wave of anger and doubt so strong that even if the board resists sacking him now, one more poor result could tip him over the edge. In the ruthless world of Manchester United management, Ruben Amorim has just entered survival mode. United fans, drop your reactions. Who takes most of the blame? Amorim, Onana, or the squad? Should the board stand by him or start planning a replacement? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to keep the conversation going.